Good. Let me know when you're ready. You ready? Okay. Thank you. Good evening. Welcome to the Mayor and Council meeting for Monday, March 4th, 2024. Clerk, please conduct the roll call.
Mayor Hedrick, Councilor Piazza, Councilor Artali, Deputy Mayor Depot, and Councilor Sheffield via Zoom are present.
Okay. Please stand and salute the flag. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Any recognitions, awards, memorials? I will turn it over to Chief Burton.
Thank you, Mayor. Mayor and Council, it's always a privilege to stand up here and show to the community the hard work that's being done by the officers within the Groton City Police Department. And tonight we're here to recognize the work of two of those officers from an investigation back in December of 23. On December 12, 2023, Officer Precor and Officer Cardell conducted a DUI traffic stop on a vehicle being operated on Bridge Street at I-95 in the city of Groton. The vehicle was operated by a 40-year-old male who was subsequently arrested for driving while under the influence. While this stop by itself succeeded in taking a dangerous driver off the road, it was the follow-on investigation which is noteworthy. During the detention of the individual, investigation, interview, and search of the operating vehicle, a 6-hour 9mm was located along with a full magazine of 15 rounds. This was found to be a stolen weapon, first reported in 2019. The subject was a convicted felon, and as such could not possess any type of firearm. Additionally, narcotics in the form of pressed pills were found on the person. The above incident highlights the professionalism of the officers in conducting an in-depth investigation that went beyond the traffic stop, which resulted in the recovery of a weapon that otherwise would have remained on the street. This means that the community is safer today thanks to their efforts. As such, it is my pleasure to recognize the work being done by Officer Precor and Officer Cardell and to present them with the department's Meritorious Service Award. Gentlemen, please come up. Turn around. Get a picture. Thank you, guys.
Anything else?
Would you like to recess?
Okay. All right. We will now take a 5-minute recess so that we can take pictures and council can take pictures with the officers. So we put this on. So we are currently recessed. Say again. We're not, because, I said 5 minutes. All right, so we have everybody back. Are we ready? Okay, we have counselors online, we have counselors here. Okay, we're going to come out of recess. I'm going to call the meeting back to order. We will continue with our agenda. Next item on the agenda is receipt of citizens petitions comments. Receipt of citizens petitions is a portion of the council meeting where the council welcomes comments from citizens. To address the council, please sign the sheet on the table at the front of the meeting room. When you're recognized, please approach the podium, clearly state your name and address. Each presentation should be limited to 5 minutes or less and should, if possible, submit emailed or written comments. Presentations should be related to matters pertinent to the city of Groton. City councilors will only ask questions in order to clarify the speaker's presentation and can respond during responses to citizens petitions portion of the meeting. Is there anyone signed up? Okay, do we have anyone in the audience who would like to speak? Seeing none, we'll move on. We'll go past responses to citizens petitions to approval of the minutes. I'll take a motion to approve the committee of the whole meeting minutes for 2/12/24.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Are there any corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Okay. Counselor Sheffield, you have a comment? Your hand's up?
Yes, yeah, I was curious about the minutes. I didn't see any comments from any of the counselors in the minutes. I didn't see any questions that were posed to any of the topics of discussion. It was just, you know, an overview of the discussion and no counselors mentioned as being part of any comment or questions. So I was kind of curious as to, is that something new we'll be doing, where we don't need to have our questions being posed regarding any topics?
Well-
Or we're just gonna just do an overview and, you know, and then just vote for the, you know, go to the next meeting? So that was my only concern. That's the first time I've seen where in the minutes, none of the counselors' comments were addressed or documented as part of the minutes.
Thank you, Counselor. I provided, at the top of the page, it says action minutes. This was a week where there was a lot going on and there were illnesses within the office, so we just needed to get the actual rulings out, and that, according to Connecticut state statute, is all that's actually required. In past, there has been longer descriptions given, but those aren't necessarily what is required. Just because we do have our meetings, especially these longer ones, they're fully available via YouTube. So as the FOIA commissioner stated, it's really just important to get at least the action minutes out, and really only necessary, since you can direct people to go see the actual meeting, to listen and to watch. It's not something that is necessarily going to be regular every single time. It's just a matter of time constraint, and if the meeting was very long.
Okay, it's something that, like I said, I haven't seen us do before, so if it's something new that we're gonna implement, okay, I guess, you know, it just made it look like, okay, we had a 2.5, 3-hour meeting, and it seemed like nothing was said amongst us council members, so I figured we, you know, kind of like to hear what we have to say in the minutes, so, you know, and on paper, so much, though I know, yeah, you can watch us on TV now, so that's I guess that substitutes for everything, but I just, it's always something I've seen over my time as a counselor that we've all had our, questions posed in the meeting to make it look like we're engaged, with the meeting, so. But if that's something that's not not as important anymore, I guess, with technology, then I guess that's that, so.
So where are we on the vote? Were we done with the vote? Had I started? I thought
I didn't know that we started voting.
okay.
I thought there was a first and a second, and then
Okay, we
we,
had a first and a second, and I asked if there were any corrections to the minutes, okay? Anything else? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. And I'll take a motion to accept the committee of the whole meeting minutes for 2/26/24.
So moved.
Second?
So we have a motion and a second. Are any corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries, okay? Communications reports, Councilor Piazza.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to say I went to a Black History event. It was actually at Mitchell College. And they had speakers and spoken word and musicians and dancers. And it was actually a vision of one of the students there. I believe she was a freshman or sophomore. And was built up and supported, and it was a wonderful thing. So, thank you.
Councilor Artelli.
I have none.
Okay. Councilor Sheffield.
Yes, on February 15th, attended the Black History event here at Groton City, and I'd like to thank all those who attended the event, and thank you, the mayor, for asking me to speak in the event. Deputy Mayor Depot was also in attendance, and thank Julia Parker again for being the MC as well. I'd like to thank Councilor Norris for his comments for the event, as well as the new Ledger Town Councilor Gary St. Beal, the first African American elected to Ledger Town Council. Congratulations to him, and for best wishes for his future endeavors in public service. I think he's going to be an outstanding candidate down the line for higher office. I think he's going to be a great asset for the African American community, as well as the town of Ledger. And finally, attended the Group 1 committee meeting with Deputy Mayor Depot and Councilor Artelli, our first meeting, and we just going over old stuff that we have to deal with down the line, and that's it. Thank you.
Okay. Deputy Mayor Depot.
Thank you, Mayor. I'm gonna keep this short because I have no voice, but I also attended the Black History Month event. It was really great. Gary St. Bill from Ledger was very impressive. I thought he was an excellent speaker. And it was very well attended and well organized, as usual. Julia Barker did a great job. I also volunteered again for food box distribution. As per usual, I will be delivering again this month on the 22nd. For the food box distribution, if you need assistance or a food delivery can help you, please call the mayor's office or email me, and we will get you some food from United Way. I think that's it. I did ask the mayor if I could refrain from having to read resolutions so I won't cough in the middle. So I'm sorry that I am ill. But that is my whole report.
Okay. Thanks. Clerk McClure, anything? Okay. And that number, if you'd like to have food delivered from the food pantry, is 860-446-4103, 860-446-4103, and we'll get your name and address, and we'll get food delivered to you. So, I received a text from a constituent this afternoon and asked that I read this. So I'm requesting that the Parks and Rec Department work on maintaining the tennis courts. The southern side courts 3 through 6 currently have puddles and buildup of algae once again. And also I'd like to request that the lights go on for the evening. And so we'll take a look at that and go from there. All right. Are there any committee referrals? All right, hearing none, we'll move on to new business. Councilor Piazza.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution R-24-3-23. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council finally approve an amendment to ordinance number 205, an ordinance relative to the creation of an economic development commission for the city of Groton. I so move.
Can I get a
Wrong
second?
one.
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Councilor Talley.
Resolution 24-3-24. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council reappoint the firm of Bertram and Moses, PC, 75 Broad Street, Milford, Connecticut, as the City of Groton attorney to be effective upon passage. I so move.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. This is something I'm a little late on. The charter talks about bringing this in the month after, the first month after we're elected. Part of my reasoning is that we were elected in November and I dropped this, but the other part is that internally we were reviewing the firm to ensure that we still wanted to continue with them, and we decided that we did, and that's why I'm bringing it to the council. So, are there any questions or comments? Councilor Sheffield?
Yes, will this be a one-year agreement here for this passage, or will it be?
No, it's for the duration of the term.
Oh, yeah, exactly, for the term? Yeah,
Right.
that's what I'm saying. So that'll terminate in November of 25?
Well, whenever you next vote on it, which will be in 25, 26, but 25. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Councilor Sheffield?
Resolution, make sure, okay, resolution R-24-3-25, therefore be resolved, the mayor and council approve the appointment of Mayor Keith Edgar as interim director of public works for the city of Groton, and that the appointment be effective March 5th, 2024, and remain in place until a new director of public works is appointed. I so move.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Councilor Sheffield?
I'm trying to figure out, did we speak about this at the committee of the whole?
Yep.
That you were gonna be, okay, I must have missed that one. Okay, yeah, not a problem.
Okay. We are currently interviewing, but until we finish the interview, or until we complete interviews and make a selection, I am acting as the DPW, the Director of Public Works. Any other questions or comments? Councilor Piazza?
Thank you, Mayor. I know we discussed about, so will Bill Robarge be involved in any, or he's just totally now has moved over to the Groton Utilities side?
Bill Robarge has moved over to Groton Utilities. He is, however, helping me with building projects.
Okay, thank
But
you.
as far as public works issues, I have that along with Heidi Camo and Steve Biegert.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention, motion carries. Counselor Piazza?
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution -R-24-3-26. Flip my pages.
I know.
Let me make sure this is the one. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council approve the 2024 City of Groton Recreation Department user fees. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This is discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Deputy Mayor Depot.
I just wanted to give feedback that I did hear from the residents, that they really appreciate that our rates are so reasonable because they can afford to send their child to camp this summer. So I just wanted to pass along that information from the city resident.
Okay. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. I want to move to Resolution R-24-3-33, since Mary is here. Let's see who's next. I think that's Counselor Sheffield.
Dash 24-33, is it?
33, that's correct.
All right, resolution R-24-3-33. Therefore, be it resolved, the mayor and council approve a purchase with National Equipment and Facility Solutions, 166 Mason Island Road, Connecticut, for replacement netting on field number 1 at Washington Park for a cost of $15,013.44, and added contingency for total expenditures not to exceed $18,016.12. Be paid from capital reserve funds. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, oh, wait. Mary, you had you had some questions, so if you could come up and address council on the questions.
Good evening, everyone. So there was 3 questions asked at the last meeting in regards to the square footage. So it's 11,355.2 square foot of netting. I also know it's going to weigh 437 pounds. There was talk about the warranties. There's a 1-year warranty on the netting, and there's a 3-year warranty on the hardware. And then there was a discussion about whether it could be removable or move almost up and down on the post. Currently, on the design that we have, that is not feasible. We'd have to get a lift to take it down every year and put it back up. We'd have to rent a lift to do that and get the company back to do it. So it's kind of cost prohibited. So those are the 3 questions that were asked at last week's meeting. So I bring to you the answers.
Okay, any further discussion? Deputy Mayor Depot.
I just want to say thank you, President for answering the questions. I didn't ask them, but I thought they were very good questions, and I appreciate you bringing the answers.
You're welcome. I apologize for not having them. I should have probably been a little bit more prepared.
Any other questions or comments? Councilor Piazza?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you again, Mary, for bringing all the answers. Appreciate that. I wrote them all down. I just was asking about the contingency because it's about 20%. I know we usually run different. Is there a reason?
That was a recommendation from the finance director,
Okay,
so that's what we used.
okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Okay, thank you, Mary. All right, Councilor Piazza, R-24-3-28.
27. I
Oh,
don't have
we're
it
on-
marked off.
27? 27 was the rules?
We haven't done that yet.
We didn't do the rules?
No, I don't have it marked off.
Okay, well, who just did the last one?
Counselor Sheffield just read the,
All right, I have our
33.
tally here. Well, because I guess I messed over. Oh, but I didn't do it yet. Okay, then let's go ahead and do 27 then.
okay.
Then I'll get back in my rotation.
Resolution 24-3-27. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council approve the rules and regulations at Eastern Point Beach for the year 2024. I so move.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second. This is discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Okay, we'll get back on rotation. Councilor Piazza at R-24-3-28.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution -24-3-28, therefore be resolved that the mayor and council accept and approve the award from the State of Connecticut Office of Policy and Management as part of the state-funded Public Act 20-01, body worn camera / dashboard camera, grant program BWC/DC, under the Police Accountability Bill in the amount of $53,604.15, and that Mayor Keith Hedrick be authorized to execute said agreement. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This is discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention, motion carries. All right, where am I? Councilor Tally? I know it looks like I shorted, but we were out of sequence, so.
29, okay.
29.
Resolution -24-3-29. Therefore, be it resolved that the mayor and council waive the bid process and allow the mayor to execute a 5-year contract with Axon Enterprises Incorporated, 17800 North 85th Street, Scottsdale, and authorize the purchase of 9 Axon Enterprises, Inc. in-car video camera systems and 30 body-worn cameras in the police department in the amount not to exceed $227,146.96, payable in 5 annual installments to be paid from grant and operational funding sources. I so move.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. This is discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention, motion carries. Councilor Sheffield?
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution R-24-3-30. Therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize and approve the repair of the transmission on the fire department in 2009 Pierce pumper from Stewart and Stevenson Power Productions LLC, 300 Smith Street, Middletown, Connecticut, for a cost of $19,559.86 to be paid from the fire department budget. I so move.
Second?
Okay, we have a motion and a second. This is for the truck. So this is discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna come out of order again. Where is? All right, who is this? Who's, now I've lost track. Who's up next?
Myself.
Okay. So, is this for the turnout gear? Okay. I want to do Resolution R-24-3-40, the very last one, the last page.
Okay. Resolution -24-3-40. Therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize and approve the city of Groton to purchase 4 sets of Morning Pride tails, structural turnout gear for Municipal Emergency Services, 172 Crossroad, Waterford, Connecticut, 06385, for a cost of $18,313.56 to be paid from funds in the approved fiscal year 2023 Fire Department operating budget. I so move.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Chief, you want to come up and talk to this? This was not discussed, I don't think we discussed this at a or a committee of the whole, rather, excuse me. So,
We did not. Good evening.
Good evening.
First of all, that resolution had a correction on it, I believe, that the very end, it'll come out of the fiscal year 2024, not 2023, which is the current budget. It is budgeted, and I apologize that I couldn't make the cow last week, and then I'm coming here, late. This is an issue we've talked about. It's the firefighter protective gear, coat and pants. And so it cost approximately $4,800, I believe. In your packet, you'll see the invoice of exactly what it cost. So we have 2 new firefighters that we had to buy gear for. And this is gear that we replace. Usually we do 3 sets a year, so that in 5 years we'll replace our frontline gear, and we'll have backup gear that is less than 10 years old, which is the NFPA standard. So each firefighter will have 2 sets of gear that is less than 10 years old. Where the problem is that, and I'm sorry, my fault, again, one set of gear is $4,800, but when I buy 4 of them, we now raises to the level of, having to come before the council with a resolution. So that's why I'm here. There's no bidding process because it's a sole source. We all have the same gear. The gear was vetted through a committee that we formed when we originally bought this gear to make sure it was what we needed and it met all standards.
okay. Questions or comments? Deputy Mayor Depot?
So, has this gear already been purchased?
Yes, that is what I'm here telling you. I ordered the gear, and then when the invoice came in, realized again that it goes above the $10,000 threshold, where I should have come here beforehand through the cow and through a resolution.
So, we purchased it already, how is it being billed to next year's budget?
Well, we're in 24's budget now.
Correct. It'll be in this year's budget.
I thought you were saying that it was in next year's.
No,
Okay.
no, the resolution says it was in last year's budget. It's actually coming out of the current fiscal year, 2024's budget, which we have money and a line item in there for the gear.
So there's a couple things.
I just heard it wrong.
The reason I brought the chief in is because purchasing policy in the charter talks about anything over $10,000, got to go to the council first. We bought, the gear was purchased, and then now we're coming back to get authorization to pay for the gear.
So, can I ask another question?
Deputy Mayor Depot, you have the floor.
So, do you usually purchase the gear in smaller amounts because that's how we need it? Or do you purchase it in smaller amounts so that it doesn't go over the $10,000 threshold?
No, we purchase it as a department on a plan of, there's 15 firefighters and then the deputy and myself. So what we try and buy is 3 sets a year. So in 5 years, each firefighter will have a new set of gear. And then we start the process over. Therefore, they have 2 sets of gear that are less than 10 years old, which is the NFPA standard. That's just a guideline, but that's the standard we try and meet. The reason we're buying 4 is I had 3 firefighters, which was the 3 captains, who were due for new turnout gear. One captain was retiring, which we knew. So the two captains received new gear. The new employee who took the captain who retires position received new gear. And then we had an unexpected opening that we had to hire a new employee. So we had to buy them new gear. So that's why there's 4 sets instead of 3. So now all our firefighters have the same gear within the last year or so. And part of the reason, it's my own fault, I've gone through this before, I should know better. But I had to buy new gear for the new employees, and the price was going to increase, when I called to get a quote. So I ordered it to avoid the price increase, and here I am behind the 8 ball apologizing and asking you to pass the resolution.
Okay, thank you for that explanation. I appreciate it.
Any other questions or comments? Counselor Piazza?
Thank you, Mayor. You said each one is 4,800?
Yes, I'm rounded. I think in your
Oh, you
packet,
did, right. Yeah, because I
had-
brought it, yeah, because it ends up to be $4,578 and some change.
Yeah,
So I
the
just-
pants are different than the coat. The captain's coats are a little different because of the lettering on
Okay,
the
so you just
back.
rounded it.
Yeah, so, the pants are pretty much the same, I think, but the coats are different because every time they put something on there or stitch things, it costs money because they have to be done in a special way to keep the integrity
Right,
of the coat.
so this invoice is actually lower than saying 4,800, so that would cover what you need.
Yeah.
That's what I'm understanding.
Yeah, this is the actual cost.
That is the actual cost for the 4 sets.
Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention, motion carries. Okay,
Thank you.
so we have been all over the place, and so now we're gonna get back on track, although we do have one more twist in a few minutes. Counselor Kelly, I think you're next, right, at 31?
Okay.
Okay.
Resolution 24-3-31, therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council approve the appointment of Harlan Shekun, 23 North Prospect Street, Groton, Connecticut, as an alternate member, Eastern Point Historic District Commission, term to expire on February 1st, 2029. I so move.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Counselor Sheffield?
Resolution R-24-3-32, therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize and approve a donation $1,000 and no cents to Children First Groton, Care of Child and Family Agency, P.O. Box 120, New London, Connecticut. I so move.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstention, motion carries. Okay, Counselor Piazza?
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution -R-24-3-34.
33.
Nope.
No, we did
already
33 already.
30.
That was on the netting.
Oh, you're right, we did. So you're doing
34.
34. Okay, hold on.
Okay.
34 and 35 are unique. Did you get, so 34, so for the counselors who are online, I think this got sent electronically to you. And for those of you that are here at the table, we brought you hard copies. We have a substitution for 34 and 35. Let me explain. The first thing that's different is that what we said in the old one was May 1st, 24, 25, 26. It's actually May 1st, 2024, April 1st, 2025, and April 1st, 2026. And in addition to that, the entire rate schedule, the entire ordinance is now attached, which before all we had was the therefore be it resolved. Okay, does everybody get what I'm saying? Okay, so with that, Counselor Piazza, if you could just read 34, just read the therefore be it resolved there.
Okay, I don't have that. Do I
You
have
do
that?
have that. You don't have to read all the rates, that's gonna be my point.
Oh, I see. So am I reading it from this one, or is it from this one in here?
From-
Am I missing it?
From the new one you have in front of you.
Okay, right here.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So I'll start. Resolution dash 24-3-34. Therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council initially approve an ordinance approving revisions to the existing electric rate schedule for the city of Groton, Department of Utilities, Electric Division, for all electric service located within Groton Utility Service Territory to be effective for electric service billed on and after May 1st, 2024, on and after April 1st, 2025, and on and after April 1st, 2026, and furthermore that effective May 1st, 2024, this supersedes all previous electric rate ordinances. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This was discussed during the committee of the whole. You guys did receive a brief. Is there any additional discussion? Deputy Mayor Depot.
Few things. What is the reason why we are doing it May 1st this year and April 1st the other years?
Did we,
I don't know if it was discussed in the GUC, I don't know.
I don't remember that being discussed in the utility commission, and I didn't get a briefing on why it was moved to April 1st, but they said these are the dates that they wanted. I mean-
Okay, also, we just got this today, and I am personally not comfortable voting on it.
Okay.
Because I haven't had adequate time to review
All right,
any of the numbers. I got it at 7:25.
okay.
What would it do to the timetable if we voted on it at another time?
No, here's what we'll do. I agree with you. So what we'll do is we'll move this. Let me get to a calendar. Our next mayor and council is the 18th, right? All right. So I would like to use the right term here. Move this to a future meeting of March 18th for Resolution R-24 3-33 and R-24-3-35.
34.
34
sorry.
and 35.
34 and 35.
You said 33.
I said 33?
Yeah.
Okay, I want 34 and 35.
Yeah.
So,
Does it need to be a motion that's voted on?
well,
That's what I was wondering.
let's go ahead and, we'll go ahead and make it a motion to move it to the mayor and council meeting of March 18th, 2024. That's Resolution R-24-3-34 and R-24-3-35. And we'll get some answers to your questions, Deputy Mayor Depot, before then. So, Deputy Mayor Depot?
You're gonna have them answer why it's April for the following 2 years?
Well, yes, and any other questions that you or the other counselors may have. Okay, so can I get a motion for that?
Sorry.
Oh,
Would you not want to move it to next week's COW to discuss?
Right, because the mayor and council is for a vote, right?
Mayor and council's for a vote.
Right, so for
Do
discussion.
you want to take it to the cow and have him come back?
Like, it would still be voted on the
All right,
18th,
fine.
but just so that,
All right, then here's what we're gonna do. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna take a motion. I'm gonna take it off. I'm not gonna bring it up. And we're gonna move this to the committee of the whole for next week.
okay,
So take both of these to the committee of the whole.
okay.
We'll bring G'day in and we'll discuss it and then we'll vote on it on the 18th. And I can do that as the chair so we'll do that. Okay? Is council okay with that? All right? I said there were gonna be some twists. I think we're done with the twists. All right. Resolution R-24-3-36, Counselor Sheffield.
All righty, R-24-3-36. Therefore be resolved that the mayor and council authorize Groton Utilities Management to issue a purchase order to SCE Environmental Group Incorporated, 1380 Mount Cobb Road, Jefferson Township, Pennsylvania, for an amount not to exceed $108,215.00, including a 15% contingency for the removal, transportation, and disposal of 2 storage tanks from the water treatment plant garage to be paid for from electric non-bonded capital. I so move.
Second?
And we have a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Counselor Piazza.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution -R-24-3-37. Therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize Groton Utilities Management to issue a purchase order to Wright Pierce Engineering, 169 Main Street, 700 Plaza, Middlesex, Middletown, Connecticut, for an amount not to exceed $201,600 and no cents, including a 5% contingency for the full design and engineering of upgrades and improvements to Jupiter Point Pump Station as an unbudgeted project to be paid from sewer available cash. I so move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. This is discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, abstentions, motion carries. Counselor Artali.
Resolution -24-3-38. Therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council authorize Groton Utilities Management to issue a purchase order to LIG Consultants, PC 510 Chapman Street, Suite 202, Canton, Massachusetts, for an amount not to exceed $62,337 and no cents, including a 10% contingency to support the Southeastern Connecticut Council of Governments Office of Local Defense Community grant awarded to Groton Utilities to design and engineer sub-base metering station upgrades as a budgeted project to be paid from electric non-budgeted bonded capital. I so move.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. This is discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstentions, motion carries. And Counselor Sheffield. 39.
Resolution R-20, Resolution R-24-3-39. Therefore be it resolved, the mayor and council adopt the rules of procedure to govern the city council, City of Groton, Connecticut. I so move.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. This is discussed during the committee of the whole. Is there any additional discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstention, motion carries. And I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And we are adjourned. Thank you, council, for coming out. And if anybody has any other questions on the electric rate ordinances for Bosra and for Groton, let me know. And Deputy Mayor Depot, I'll get with you to ensure that I got the right, the right questions that you had. I'm pretty sure it's just why April and not May. And
I mean, I am gonna look at that further. I didn't really get time to review it, but,
understand.
I'll let you know if I have other questions.
Got it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we're done. Thanks.
Sorry everyone had to read more ordinances.